Good work. I'm so jealous of you now that you've returned. Somebody call?
I was just going to call Kelly. There was a message on the answering machine that Dante's been arrested.
Great.
Was he doing something for you?
We can't be away one night without somebody getting into something that one of us has to get him out of.
I'm sorry, the yacht was my idea.
Oh, don't you dare be sorry.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah. Not nice enough to keep that look from coming back, though, huh?
What look?
It looked like you just remembered something I'm not supposed to know about. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be turning into a total jerk like I... It was very nice. I guess I better call and see what's up. CW, it's Cruz. Grapevine has it we picked up Jack Dante last night. Was he booked? What for? Were we responding to a complaint? So, Hunt, is all hot to press charges? What kind of statement did Dante make? Read it back. That's all? All right, well, hell, I'm coming right in. Yeah, thanks. Well, we picked him up.
What for?
It was my fault.
What did you have him do?
He was just checking around.
For that he got arrested?
He broke into Craig Hunt's room.
So he got carried away?
Not at all. He was following my instructions.
Why would you tell him to break into Hunt's room?
He was planting a listening device. It's really not something you want to know about.
Oh, okay.
Look, I told you, weeks ago it came down to me that Hunt was somebody who was worth watching.
Yeah, well, I don't think this is particularly what they had in mind, do you? I mean, if it was, then the department would be handling it, right? Now, if you're doing this because you want to protect me, then I think that you shouldn't do it.
Eden, I gotta go, okay?
Can I speak to Dr. Anderson, please?
Yeah, could somebody bring Jack Dante up to my office, please? Well, then after his bail hearing. Yeah, thanks. Mr. Quigley, it's Cruz Castillo. How are you? Great. Listen, what are my chances of getting some flowers delivered by the end of the day? Well, I'd sure appreciate it. Yeah, it's just one of those special occasions that came up, and I didn't realize it until almost too late.
Maybe the problem you have is not the problem you think you have. You say you think you can date the gaps in your memory from around the time you were 18. Well, there are lots of people who can't remember themselves at 18. It's not necessarily a clinical condition like amnesia.
What else can I do?
Well, we form images in the mind, not only of things that actually happen, but of things that we fear may happen, or things that we wish could happen. For instance, I asked you yesterday whether this man was attracted to you. Now, it might be helpful to know whether you ever experienced feelings like that yourself toward him.
No. I am attracted to my husband. I have always been attracted to my husband. I can't imagine it being any other way. Frankly, it makes me a little angry that you would suggest that I would
haven't
be
suggested anything, Eden.
The only reason I am attracted to Robert Barr is because of what he may have on me. He might hurt me, he might hurt my marriage, and that's why I have to know.
Would you want to try to repeat the circumstances that triggered your memory before? After all, it does seem to be coming back in bits and pieces.
No. I mean, that would mean being close to him, and I don't think I want that.
Then maybe that's a clue.
What? I don't follow you.
Maybe it isn't the man you dislike. Maybe it's what you don't remember. And don't even want to.
What about bail?
I can make bail. I got a great lawyer. It's an occupational necessity.
Man, I'm not going to sit here and play dumb while you twist in the wind. What if you lose your license?
What if you lose your job? Yeah, I knew what the risks were going in, and I went in. So far, your name hasn't come up. And it won't if you use the good sense God gave grapes and you keep your mouth shut.
Well, Mr. Dante, I presume. Robert Barr.
Yeah, I got a lump on my head from the airport with your initials on it.
No, not my initials. I'm very careful where I leave my mark. You, on the other hand, leave a trail that seems to lead everywhere. Even here.
I know you're in the habit of barging through whichever door happens to catch your eye, whether you want it on the other side or not. If you don't mind, I'm in the middle of questioning this man.
Well, I'm here to tell you can quit. The charges have been dropped against Mr. Dante. You can call me soft-hearted, but I hate to see a small businessman put out of commission. Of course, I'm trusting that this particular small businessman will not be around anymore, period.
Check with the desk sergeant outside.
Well, I guess he's expecting you to thank me, since you're the one he was taking the fall for. Tell me something. If you're a good cop, what do they call a bad cop around here? Captain?
You want to speak to my captain? Is that the message I'm supposed to be getting?
Well, wouldn't that kind of squash this illicit surveillance of me you've got running on the side? I thought people like me were supposed to do things like that, not people like you. Well, maybe you ought to be investigated. Maybe you ought to be bugged.
Well, I'm sure my captain would enjoy hearing anything you had to say.
What are you, some kind of kamikaze? You ready to throw your whole career away for the momentary pleasure of talking tough? Maybe you don't know that I enjoy taking a dare.
I know you enjoy taking. But I'm not going to bust my gut to shut you up, believe me. You want to talk? Talk. I have survived worse than you.
Well, what are you going to say when your captain asks you if it's true?
One way to find out.
Look, I have a proposition to make. I'm not a spoiler. I don't want to get a big kick out of throwing you out in the street. So in return, maybe you can call off this game of yours. It's not going to work anyway. You're not going to find anything on me. I put up with it before because I found your loyalty to your near and dear in-laws kind of touching. But the takeover is over. It's beyond preventing. So why don't you just go back to your jaywalkers? Clean up the streets, why don't you? Go back to playing basketball with deprived kids who look up to you as their role model. Give it a rest.
Well, now as a proposition, that sucks.
You got a better idea?
Ah, that's one thing you never have to worry about. You solicit me, you come to my door, you walk in my house, you eye my wife. And I guarantee you a better idea. For life. A friend you will never lose. A singing Mexican at your funeral. See, I know you stink. I just don't know how high. You stink here, you stink in Vegas. Where else do you stink? I'll find out. Meanwhile, you want to ruin me? Break out your wrecking ball, man. Tell my captain I shoot up Clorox. Tell my mama I take dirty pictures of altar boys. What do you think I am? one of your moosed-up millionaires knock on his knees at the thought of losing my country estate, I've got nothing for you to ruin. Except what I got at home. And that you will not touch. Believe it. That you can trust, like I was the Federal Reserve.
Sometimes looking is touching. Sometimes looking is taking.
No. What looking is what you've got left when your pants and your bed are empty.
Well, we'll just have to see about that, won't we?
You know, you've got less of a personal person to you than any man I've ever met, Mr. Barr.
Yeah, well, I'm looking to expand in the very near future. I've got a first-rate personal person in mind. Beachfront location. Great view. Regrets in every room.
Now I see your mouth flapping, but nothing's coming out. You know, a good surgeon could do something about that thing. Tighten it up for you. Wire it shut. Meanwhile, why don't you take it on the road? Some of us work.
Some of you do. For the moment.
Remember us. I do.
Hi. I got your message.
Oh, yeah, and I got yours. You can just turn around and go.
You said you wanted to see me.
I changed my mind. How dare you?
How dare I what?
Did you forget the last time that you tried to do something like this to me? As if you could give me anything I wanted?
What, are you talking about the gold coin? I wasn't trying to buy you.
I'm talking about those.
You think I sent these? I wouldn't dare send you flowers, even though I thought you were going to come work for me. Which is why I thought you called me, because you had reconsidered heading up the transition team.
The terms of the offer weren't clear.
Look, I don't want you to work without a contract.
I'd only be interested in half days because of the children, and the office situation is very touchy with me. I don't want to be chained to a desk, so...
Sounds like you're hoping I'll turn you down. I'm not going to, because I need you. Any arrangements you want to work out is fine with me. So, welcome.
Nothing's been signed yet.
Well, I'll have my legal department get in touch with you first thing in the morning. So how was your lunch?
Fine.
You thought I sent these?
It was a mistake.
Do you? Eden? Remember us? I do.
What is that?
You know you've seen it before.
Why did you send me one?
It was the first thing you saw after me. I don't know if life would be worth living to me if I were denied the memory of it. I mean, the life that we're leading this second, in a way, won't even really exist until I can remember it. The sound of the water, the light in this room. I don't know where I am right now. I don't know anything. But an hour from now, I'll know. I'll have it. I'll even be able to recreate it so it turns out the way I wanted it to. Instead of fumbling through this blind moment that happens whenever I see you. You must remember the coin. The coin is on the table. You're cold. The coin is on the table. I'll get you some brandy.
No. Who is here?
I do.
It's nice.
I'm glad you like it. You go drink this. Go ahead. It'll make you warmer.
be dead except for you.
Well, I always bring things home I find on the beach. Never found anything like you before, though.
Did you find these?
Mm-hmm. But not on the beach. Finding things is what I do.
You mean you stole them, didn't you?
Yes.
You were a thief then. And you're a thief now.
Yes. But I was your thief.
What else?
And what else did I steal?
No. What else happened?
Would you believe me if I told you? It won't have happened unless you remember it.
When you found me. And you dragged me from the water.
Yes.
And you gave me some brandy. And then you took me back to where I came from, and that was the end of it?
It could have happened that way. Except it hasn't ever really ended. Yet.
And I thought you were a busy man.
And so I am, paying a business call at your wife's request. So I will have the legal department draw up whatever kind of a contract meets with your approval. And you'll hear from them in the morning. And let me repeat that I'm really looking forward to working with you. Bye.
Bye.
He's looking forward to what?
Working with him. I'm going to work part-time, and I can work out of the house.
Should I bother to say I'm amazed?
We might be able to save the company.
I thought I was taking care of that end of things.
My mother thinks so.
Your mother is working with a woman who can barely tie her own shoes. Barr doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who's going to let go. Does he strike you that way?
Well, I think I owe it to the company to be sure.
Well, what can I say? It's your life.
No, it's our life.
This is not the best example of that.
Thank you for the flowers.
I was hoping to remind you, Eden, or maybe remind myself of what this is all about. This house, these stupid jobs, our children. It's about us, about what we've made of ourselves and of each other. The rest of it is so much smoke and used to be treated as such.
No, I don't need to be reminded every single day, every hour, every minute, every second of how important you are to my life, that my life would be just empty if you weren't in it. I love you very much. I would love to be able to fit everything the way you want it to fit. But sometimes I can't.
Cruz,
I saw you drive up.
this is not a good time.
Okay, but tomorrow our mystery man arrives from Las Vegas. Any special instructions?
Yeah, you go home and fry yourself a pork chop and go to bed early, get up tomorrow and start making a living again. This is my show now.